which was a huge, huge hit for many years. Peter Graves recently died of a heart attack, recently at his home in Pacific Palisades. It was a testament to Mr. Graves' earnest, unhammy ability to make fun of himself that after decades of playing square he-men and straight-laced authority figures, he was perhaps best known to younger audiences for a deadpan line in Airplane, and one from a memorable Geico car insurance commercial where he said, "I was one lucky woman." Born Peter Arness in Minneapolis, the blonde 6'2" actor served in the Army Air Force in 1945 and 44, studied drama at the University of Minnesota under the GI Bill of Rights, and played the clarinet in local bands before following his older brother James Arness, who played The Thing, another sci-fi classic, to Hollywood. His first credited appearance was in Rogue River with Rory Calhoun. Mr. Graves got a Hollywood contract for the picture, which persuaded his fiance's family to let her marry him. He changed his name for that movie to Graves, his maternal grandmother's name. He changed his name for that movie to Graves, his maternal grandfather's name, to avoid confusion with his older brother. He soon found himself in classics like Billy Wilder's Stalag 17, where he played a security officer with a secret, and appeared in westerns like The Yellow Tomahawk and Wichita, and gangster movies like Black Tuesday and The Naked Street. Mr. Graves became known for taking all of his roles very seriously, injecting a certain believability into them, even in the campiest plot. He played earnest scientists in science fiction horror films Killers from Space, It Conquered the World, one of my favorites, and of course Beginning of the End. There was also Cold War science fiction anti-communist film Red Planet Mars. Mm-hmm. Other movie genre films included The Clonus Horror, Addams Family Values, The House on Haunted Hill, and Men in Black 2. Some of his hundreds of television credits included Alfred Hitchcock Presents, The Dean Martin Show, the Herman Wouk miniseries Winds of War, and War and Remembrance, Fantasy Island, Who Could Forget, and Seventh Heaven. Peter Graves played his most famous television character from 1967 to 1973 in Mission Impossible, and then reprising it again from 1988 to 1990. He was Jim Phelps, the leader of the Impossible Missions Force, a super-secret government organization that conducted dangerous undercover assignments, which he always chose to accept. After the tape summarizing the objective self-destructed, the team would use not violence, but elaborate con games to trap the villains. He was a model of cool, deadpan efficiency. But he was appalled when his agent sent him the script for a role of a pedophile pilot in Airplane. Quote, "I tore my hair and ranted and raved and said, 'This is insane.' Some of the role's lines to a little boy were, 'Have you ever been in a Turkish prison?' and 'Joey, do you like movies about gladiators?' He told his agents to tell David and Jerry Zucker, the producers, to find themselves a comedian. He relented when the Zucker brothers explained that the secret of their spoof would be the deadpan behavior of the cast. They didn't want a comedian. They wanted the Peter Graves of Mission Impossible. Mr. Graves used his familiar, earnest, all-American demeanor in service of some of the comic movie's most outrageous moments. It was so successful, he then reprised his role of Captain Over in Airplane 2. In 1987, he became the host of A&E's award-winning series Biography, narrating the lives of figures like Prince Andrew, Muhammad Ali, and Steven Spielberg. In 1997, Mr. Graves was the subject of his own biography presentation, Peter Graves, Mission Accomplished. He won a Golden Globe Award in 1971 for his performance in Mission Impossible, and in 1997, he and Biography won an Emmy Award for Outstanding Informational Series. Actor Peter Graves, dead at the age of 83.
Yeah, he was
what a great actor.
How many times a day do you quote the Airplane lines?
There's so many classics. It's one of those movies you can watch over and over and over again, and there's so much subtle humor you can almost see something new and get a new laugh.
Yeah, he was
every time you see it.
Ever been in a turkey prison? You know, he says it's
Just so serious.
And don't call
Ever
me
seen
Shirley.
a Gladiator movie? I actually worked for the Zucker brothers on Big Business, the same group that did Airplane, and I was a bride. I was a bride.
Bride.
stretch,
Yes.
but yeah.
And you're still
I was with the bride. I was a groom with my bride in our honeymoon, and Lily Tomlin comes in the room as the maid and catches us. And unfortunately, the scene got cut from the film. But I still get residual checks.
That's
to this
always
very
nice.
day. The gift that keeps on giving.
It still cashes.
Ladies and gentlemen,
God.
it still clears. Thank you, Zucker brothers, and
And the
yes,
union.
and the union. I'm lost. Where are we?
I'm having thoughts of you in that dress right
Yeah,
now.
I gotta.
Wait a minute,
I want
he's
to
a
see
bride.
that. I gotta get that movie.
I was blushing.
Maybe it's in the outtake reel.
Believe it or not. Max, you're an animator, as we've been talking to Bill Farmer about the voices he does for animation. You actually do animation yourself.
Traditional animation, none of
Cell
that-
by cell.
Cell by
Oh,
cell.
yeah. That's boy, I missed that. Yeah.
That's such fun. It really is. You sit there for hours and hours and hours, and you're painting these cells, and then you mess it up, and you have to throw it away and do it all again. Not like these computers today.
No,
where,
it's it takes a great amount of patience to do that.
Yeah, I had a cartoon that I did called Hopi the Hound Dog.
Mm-hmm.
There was little dogs and cats, and
Was he full of Hopi?
he was full of hope. He was actually modeled after Elvis. He
An
had
Elvis dog,
Yeah.
huh?
He's a hound dog.
Thank you very much.
I am a hound dog.
Thank
He
you very
wore
much.
blue suede shoes, and he
Woof.
drove a race car and played guitar with his girl Scylla and all the cast of
I
characters
really
around
am
it.
a hound dog.
Let's talk about some voice lessons now for you, Jeff.
Yeah.
I'm open.
I
Let's
actually
do it.
teach. That's one of my side jobs as a musician. Is I like to inspire the new voices of tomorrow. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
teaching.
kind of do that too. I teach and produce. I was in radio as an engineer for many years. So I do create people's demo tapes and on the side, and always doing something like that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Bill Farmer, if a young voice guy wants to, or gal,
Mm-hmm.
wants some coaching to put a reel together, get in the voiceover world, where do they go?
They just give me a call. Okay to give a number?
That's up to you.
Okay,
There could be
818.
some animation stalkers out there.
818-508-0285. My company, Toonhouse Incorporated. It's kind of like an actor's one-stop. I do demo tapes. I have a background in photography, so I do headshots as well. It's kind of like whatever the actor needs, and I do teaching as well, and I've done that for about
They get a free
20
headshot
years.
with the voiceover.
That's right. It's kind of you can get both. Hey, that's what an actor needs. They need a voiceover reel, and they need a headshot. So, just basic things that all actors need if they want to get in the business.
Speaking of that, I'm wasn't going to do a plug on it, but that's a great lead-in. I'm finishing up producing a DVD on how to break into show business.
Really?
It's my I taught a one-day acting class called Everything They Don't Teach You in Acting Class. I started at the University of Utah, and then I taught it through the Learning Annex, and basically it's the nuts and bolts ABCs of how to get headshots, an agent, and all that nobody wants to talk about in this town. It took me and you and all of us years to just learn as we go.
Right.
And so I'm gonna save him some time and some energy. And,
I'm doing the same thing on a voiceover. I've got one in production right now, like Handbook to Hollywood. It's how to, get your career going in voiceover, and it's basically asking all those questions. You get the same questions over here.
How'd you get in the voice business? Is it hard? Do you need an agent?
Do you need a voice?
Yeah. Everyone says I sound great.
That's always the big one.
My mother said I sound good. How do I get started? So for mine, you can go to www.actingsuccess. Did I do enough W's? www.actingsuccess.net.